Hello, everyone. My name is Erin Hardick. I'm the lead research analyst at Z Prime. Today, I'm chatting with Meghan Petersen. Meghan is an enterprise account executive at CVT. How are you today, Meghan?
I am great, Erin. Thank you for asking. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well. There's snow on the ground, which I was not expecting early in September. But hey, I think if we've learned anything this year, you can't predict the weather.
Or anything in 2020. Yeah.
Very true. So CBT is going to be at virtual ETS20 talking about the connected worker, which is what we're going to chat briefly about today. I think over the past year, given the pandemic, this concept of the connected worker has really stepped into the spotlight with this really, this decentralized workforce that we all have now, working from home being one main contributor. But how would you define a connected worker, and what are some of their primary capabilities?
So I think that's a great question because I think that everyone has a somewhat different definition of what connected worker means depending on their industry or mission. For me, I take it a bit literal. That is connecting workers to information or people with subject matter expertise and arming them with real-time actionable data. For example, it could be providing a worker with real-time displays of asset information, historical trends and data, access to subject matter experts who can communicate and troubleshoot in real time, immediate access to training videos or instructional libraries, graphical or schematic workflows and inspection reports, and then doing all of this with either a handheld or hands-free device. I guess in summary, it's empowering a workforce to make more informed decisions in less time.
And in your experience, what have been some of the biggest challenges that organizations have faced in trying to create a connected workforce?
So I think that there are three areas that can be a little bit challenging to navigate. The first is the identification of use cases that provide a return on investment and are scalable. We have a process at CBT which utilizes design thinking, and it begins with an initial discovery session that includes key stakeholders as well as members of the workforce. We find that input from both groups is critical, and it leads to alignment and ensures that everyone is on the same page. The outcome of the session is the identification of use cases and a solution roadmap with a timeline for deployment and eventual scale. We take the approach of crawl, walk, run, and identify the initial capability that will bring a fast return on investment and bolster customer confidence and acceptance. The second challenge, I would say, would be user adoption. And I actually think this is a little bit more of a perceived challenge. The tools associated with Connected Worker are rather technical and state-of-the-art, so operators, workers, supervisors are somewhat reluctant to adopt quickly, as it will likely change their perception of duty, work, and value. However, there are more and more workers who are interested in the new technology and are willing, if not anxious, to try them, especially if it can be shown that it will save them time and make their job easier and safer. I attribute some of that acquiescence to the approach that we at CBT take, which incorporates all stakeholders from the onset. Our process really dives into what is important for the actual workers and how it will benefit what they do on a daily basis. Simply put, we focus on the people, and when you put them at the center of the process, they notice. We've launched several pilots during COVID, and in most cases, everyone wants to participate. We also have a few interesting ways of assisting with driving adoption and engagement. So on our last project, we actually installed Tetris on our head-mounted tablet device, and it inspired a little bit of friendly competition, but it also helped the end users just to get more comfortable with the devices. So we have some fun ways to kind of help just drive that adoption. The last area that I think can pose a challenge is this convergence of information technology or IT and operational technology or OT. So two groups of people, you got the thinkers and you got the doers. And historically they don't collaborate, and they have different goals and objectives. They essentially speak different languages, but the devices used for connected worker require intercommunication, not only in the field, but also at the back office. At CBT, we have individuals on our team who have a vast amount of experience in both areas. And this really enables us to gain the trust of both sets of players. The diversity of our team alleviates that language barrier and fosters an understanding of the requirements across both regimes. I think those three are the ones that we run into, but found ways to navigate around them, so.
I really like the Tetris idea. That's really unique. I haven't heard anyone doing anything like that. I mean, Z Prime has done research on digitalization, just digital transformation. What are some of the main barriers and what contributes to overcoming those barriers? And employee culture and mindset is certainly one of those, which you mentioned. And so by putting this game and getting them more familiar with the technology, it is a culture, it's a mindset thing that you're addressing with that.
Absolutely. And we felt like Tetris spanned all, age groups and genres. And I mean, who doesn't love Tetris? And it was funny how it came up. We were preloading. So when we send them out white gloves. So all the devices come preloaded. And we said, hey, are there any, PDFs, documents, videos that you want preloaded on the device? And he jokingly said, can you put Oregon Trail on there? And we were like, well, we could. And then as we started talking about it, we were like, well, let's put something on there that'll actually, not only help get them comfortable with it, but will be fun. And they're having fun with it. So it's been good.
The other thing you mentioned that stood out to me was some of these employees realizing that being more connected results in time savings or, this feeling of safety. And that's also what we've found in our research. Operational efficiency is a benefit of a connected workforce, which can be translated into time savings. And then improved worker safety is also another top benefit, which is what I wanted to talk about next. Are those benefits? What are some of the benefits of the connected worker? I just mentioned a few, but are you seeing others? And then a second part to that question, how does the connected worker provide value in other areas of the business?
So there are a plethora of benefits. So specifically, as you mentioned, improved safety. So I would say reduced job completion time, job quality. I'd say shorter response time, increased productivity and efficiency, attracting younger workers, who want to learn new methods and are eager to try out new tech. And then the one that we are constantly running into is enabling that knowledge retention of an aging workforce. Tasks that are just not frequently done that now they're able to capture, and whether that's, creating a workflow from it, or even just, recording a video of someone completing that task. So when they run into it in the future, they go, oh my gosh, where's Bob? He's the only guy who knows how to do this. And now they're able to capture that and use it going forward. So I think that's a big thing. It's funny as we're sitting here talking about this, my mom is a retired teacher, and they call her. I was at her house this weekend, and they called because she's the only one who knows how to refill the laminator. They have a laminator at the school, and she's the only one who knows how to put the new one in. And I was like, Mom, I'm going to take a video of you, and have it there because no one else knows how to do it. So yeah, stuff like that's invaluable though. Mm-hmm. So I'd say those are the main ones. And then in terms of other business units within utilities, tools and associated technology can assist, I think, with expansion and adoption. Seeing other divisions take the lead on the new technology often inspires others to seek similar acquisitions to see how it could pertain and be used for what they do. One of the best parts of what I do is watching someone see or use a connected worker device for the first time and then witnessing that light bulb moment where they realize how beneficial it could be for them. I don't know that that's ever going to get old for me.
Well, I really like the laminating story. I don't see the issue going away though, because the utility workforce is older than a lot of other industries, and that means that people are going to retire and leave with this institutional, this experiential knowledge that they've gathered over this long time, working in this industry. So it's really important for organizations to figure out how to retain that knowledge as these people, as Bob leaves and retires and lives a peaceful life after work. So I see that as, a big area of value, especially when utilities really need to look at hiring younger generations and getting new workers with different types of skill sets than they've traditionally kind of targeted, especially around digital technology. So bridging those two, the aging workforce, the new people coming in through connected devices is very important.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, I think it's universal. We see it across the board. So it's not going anywhere. We got to figure out a solution, and I think we have one. So,
well, thank you for taking some time to talk with me today, Megan. I really appreciate it, and I'm looking forward to seeing CBT at ETS20 to further this discussion around the connected workforce.
Thank you, Erin.